Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to formally welcome you to our Parent University session. In March of 2019, our Board of Education unanimously approved our equity policy. This policy also seeks to disrupt societal and historical inequities arising from institutional racism and white supremacy in our schools.
What will that message gain us? What type of inspiration are we expecting people to get from this, from critical race theory?
The social justice standards are a roadmap for anti-bias education at every stage of kindergarten through 8th grade instruction.
Are our kids, are they half oppressor, half victim? How does that work?
And when they come home, who do they see? Do they see their mom and their dad? Or do they see an oppressor and the oppressed?
Developmentally, we know they can be activists, but we must build their capacity for seeing injustice first.
And do they see me as the person who is losing out on all of this because I'm Black and the system has been stacked against me?
All schools are rooted in white supremacy. Racism is really systematized. So it's in the air we breathe, it's in the water we drink, it is truly all around us.
Because of our skin color, now we're different people than the people that are raising them, the people who love them, the people who are supporting them.
Most importantly, this work is just foundational to who and what Oak Park is.
I was like, who is this? And the way I feel about her, she thinks I'm crazy, but I'm like, I love you. I love you more today than I did when I first met you. And all the stuff that I saw about her, and I told my family and friends I'm dating somebody from Chicago, and they're like, why, you can meet girls around here. I'm like, I've never met anybody like her. The way I admired her at the time, I admired her even more because I'm like, wow, she was a single mom in high school. She graduated high school, got her LPN, got a double major from DePaul University, with working full-time student. And once I found this out about her, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I already thought she was special, and just, and
He's crazy.
I'm from Connecticut, and I grew up in a very diverse community, but there's something about Oak Park where we have a block party twice a year, every block, and you get to know your neighbors.
Being Black and from the West Side, it's, you don't always know, that white people are like safe. You don't always feel like that. And so, in Oak Park, you just felt like you could come and be around everyone and nobody would look at you like you didn't belong.
We walk into Chicago and we're holding hands and people stare at us. And then in Oak Park, we feel normal. When that white flight happened, Oak Park was the first community in the Chicago area where the white community didn't leave and started having members of the Black community moving into Oak Park.
In 1964, Oak Park started an uncharted journey. The goal? To eliminate discriminatory barriers, to integrate Oak Park.
Oak Park All-American City means to me that it really exemplifies the spirit of people living together of all different kinds, races, professions.
Well, it was, one of these huge campaigns. It was sort of like anything else that you want to have happen in society where you're working for social change. We had very active committees. We were working to attract more Black residents to the community. So we did a lot of outreach, open houses, potluck suppers.
On the eve of May 6th, the village board, with a vote of 5 in favor, 2 opposed, passed the Fair Housing Ordinance, making it illegal to use race as a basis to discriminate against anyone seeking to rent or buy real estate.
Well, I first purchased a home, and then after I sold my home, I bought a building. And a few months ago, I purchased a second building, and I hope to purchase another building because the property values are all going up.
Our school that our kids go to, there's a lot of questions coming from the community about why not more Black students are on grade level, but I think we are looking to explain it away using using critical race theory. So instead of us actually digging deep and looking into all the nuances that are involved with school achievement, we've watered it down, we've dumbed down the reason now to it's because the system is racist.
And I asked one of the district coordinators for diversity, what are we taking away in order to teach this social justice? She's like, oh, it's not taken away from anything. And I'm saying, well, unless we're extending the school day, this is taking minutes from something. Is it taken away from math or English?
They have like a regular, standard math class that they offer at the middle school, and like an advanced math class, and then like the honors level math class. They got rid of the level in between because there weren't enough kids of color in those classes. And so they just said, instead of us trying to support students so that we can have more students of color in that class. So yes, we eliminated the disparity by eliminating the class. Like, that's not how we get rid of disparities.
We believe that it hurts our Black and brown community the most. That the message is, you're a victim. You can never make it until we tear down all these systems and structures. And we know the history that Black people overcame slavery and Reconstruction and Jim Crow. And even during those times, there were Black people who were successful. And all of a sudden, Black people cannot succeed.
When I hear the ideas of critical race theory, they don't remind me of my experience here in Chicago at all. They don't remind me of myself, born and raised on the west side of Chicago. You did see the neighborhood decline. You've seen people move out, or like people didn't take care of their homes in our neighborhood as much. And so you could definitely see more people around outside, more people on drugs. My parents were the hardest working people I had known. And so that's all I knew. I've never had anyone tell me that I can't do something because I'm Black. Went to college, went to Malcolm X. I met a really phenomenal math teacher, Dr. Williams. He was into math as well as like building character and like helping to develop good people. And thank goodness, but he changed the course of my life. I transferred to DePaul. Education is what got me to where I am here today. It wasn't activism. When I wanted to go back to school to be a teacher, I knew exactly where I wanted to teach. Right on the west side where I'm from. My students are so smart, like such good people. What I'm noticing is we are setting up good kids to fail. We have lots of kids who are resilient, who are pushing through all kinds of bad circumstances, including homelessness, violence, problems out in their neighborhood. They're pushing through those things, but then they come to school and feel like, oh, we feel so sorry for you. You have it so hard.
The message being sent is, if we expect bare minimum, that's what you're gonna get. And the kids know that. And the other thing that a lot of people don't know, especially in public schools, is that administrators, they pressure teachers to pass kids. Both the Chicago public schools I worked at, Al Raby in Garfield Park, Disney 2, where I'm at now on the north side, administrators bring in teachers into their office. The more kids they have graduating, the more money the school gets.
This is, in some cases, life or death. There are literally lives on the line with education. Education is the key to living a life that is not filled with crime and pressure to pass kids and give them better grades. It feels like I'm letting them down. It feels like I'm failing them. It feels like I'm now a part of the problem. When I have kids who are counting 7 + 2 on their fingers in 6th grade. When I moved here, I thought that people would just judge me because of me. And it is really ironic that this community, a community that's opened us with open arms, is now saying that my skin color prevents me from living my full capacity. When in no way, shape, or form is that true about us. And so it's been bizarre to hear people think so poorly of Black people after more or less making sure that the community we live in is a community for all, not just for white people.
But with this critical race theory stuff now, it's gonna take it to new heights where we're gonna see bigotry of low expectations, where I don't want any teacher thinking that of our kids, that because of the way they look, they can't meet a deadline.
By using critical race theory to explain all this stuff, we are putting a giant emphasis on whiteness.
If you have high expectations, kids and people will rise to that.
The occasion.
They will rise to that, no matter where they come from, no matter what color skin, no matter what level of class they come from. If you believe in kids and make them believe in themselves, they can do anything. And
so now what do we have to do as parents and teachers to fight back against critical race theory? We have to rise to the occasion too. And that's what we're doing. Rising to the occasion.